Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello and welcome to episode 165 of the Film Blurs. I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey, a.k.a. J.O.T. Dynamite, a.k.a. Praetorian Jeff, Revengeman Button, He Who Remains, Patty Ruxpin, Jobu Tupaki, Little Tom, a.k.a. this motherfucker, a.k.a. To Be Determined, a.k.a. the Black Giovanni Ribisi, a.k.a. Chocolate Tarantino, Ebony Spielberg, a.k.a. the Final Boss. And I'm joined here, as always, with my friend and co-host.
What's up, ball bags? It's Brandon Ord, a.k.a. hero protagonist, still moving backwards through time to save the world, a.k.a. the true father of Joe, Kanye, and Drake's kids. Yo, Judge, you need to seize Aubrey's assets, okay? The new Fear of God collection just dropped. Look at these kids. They need the new Fear of God collection. The summer collection just dropped. Balenciaga just dropped some new sneakers, you know what I'm saying? Gucci got a new sling bag, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, make this nigga pay up. Pay up!
You gotta flex this summer, man.
Hell
you
yeah.
need the cash.
Yo, Fear of God, everybody's wearing Fear of God now. Like, everybody out walking red carpet in Fear of God. Like, we can't have my kids not wear Fear of God. This is not fair, Judge. Look at Aubrey right now running around fucking hiring strippers and shit. Hiring prostitutes. That money should be going to these kids. I'm raising his kids. They call me dad. I'm putting them in Fear of God. A.K.A. Papi Chulo. A.K.A. The Glizzy King. A.K.A. Mr. Krusty. I'm gonna recruit Run DMC. We're gonna get it real crusty. She told me to come this way. I told her to make it more crusty. AKA the lethal protector. AKA Ezekiel Sims, bad ADR. Don't match my mouth. Ooh, we're gonna get into some bad ADR. AKA it's Morbin time, a.k.a. Craven with the K, a.k.a. goddamn, they had a lot. Yo, damn, Sony, a.k.a. my biggest pet peeve is sports because I don't like seeing grown men sweat on each other, a.k.a. I want a Subaru Outback with match strippers in the back giving shape-ups, a.k.a. Rough McGruff, a.k.a. D's Nuts, and a.k.a. B Wood, the Magnificent. All right, so before we get into HBO Sunday nights, I just want to give everybody a heads up. I mixed 4 different types of browns. So last time it was 3, this time it's 4, and I put more Jose in there.
So you're a liquor scientist.
Yeah, I mixed peach lemonade and tea over in here, and you can't taste either. You just taste all the liquor.
I mean, honestly, that's how it should be.
I can't taste shit. Like, my taste buds are done. Like, that first sip, they were just like, nope, we'll see you later. Let us know when you get more palate. All right.
What are you watching?
All right. So let's get into our weekly HBO Sunday nights. Dun, dun, dun. All right. This is the best. I don't know how Jeff feels because I haven't talked to Jeff. I haven't talked to you about it. But to me, this is the best episode so far of The Last of Us.
It is the most poignant and emotional, right? And now, because for this whole entire season is like, Ellie, yeah, we get it, right? We get why you would want to go and do all this shit, but this episode brings everything full circle. It's like, yeah, we really see what that chick took away from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
By killing Joel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because this whole entire episode for those of you who haven't watched it, we're trying to avoid spoilers. All of it is the whole entire episode is flashback, right? What 4 years? 4 years worth of flashbacks.
Longer than that, because the last flashback they jump ahead like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
So the first 4 flashbacks, it's like a year apart, and then they jump forward.
Gotcha. So the whole entire framing of this is Ellie's birthday, right? So every year we see how it starts with this fucking great flashback to Joel's childhood.
Yeah, right? With my man's from what's my man's name? Better Call Saul. What did he play? He played the crazy Salamanca.
Lilo Salamanca.
Yeah.
And then it jumps forward to like Ellie's 15th birthday, 16th birthday, and then going on. And it's really showing how Ellie and Joel's relationship developed and how he really did think of her like a daughter.
Yep.
Right? And it also shows, because they keep on talking about Eugene, right? How Joel did something to Eugene. We see that, and we get I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but Eugene is played by Joey Pants.
Right, and damn, bro, Joey Pants. I was like, damn, bro, you should have asked for like, he should have asked for like a bigger supporting role, not no one scene, bro.
That's all we needed. Like,
because we knew it was Joey Pants, because in the first episode we see a picture of him.
I didn't pick that up. I didn't realize that, but we forget that Joey Pants is an actor.
yeah,
right. Because we're so used to fucking Bad Boys and Sopranos and shit like that, but this dude can do drama. Like, he kills this.
I agree. I'm not gonna argue. I agree.
Yeah, and that last interaction with Ellie and Joel, where we find like the truth comes out about what happened in Colorado, right? That whole entire sequence was fucking beautiful.
I mean, I'll be real with you. Ellie had every right to like snitch. Like,
yeah, 100%.
I was just like, yo, because when Joel started going through his spiel, I'm like, man, fuck you, bro. Like you could have let this motherfucker say goodbye. Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm like, and like, here's the thing: if you weren't gonna let him say goodbye, don't fucking lie about it.
Yeah.
Right? Just be like, look, I'm gonna kill. Look, I can't bring you back. Right? And I get it, because they're the what are the monsters called? The cryptids, whatever like that.
The clickers.
The clickers, or whatever, like their scientific name. It's all based on biodome theory, right? So if one of them is by the main base, then all of them know they're by the main base, right? So I get not bringing him there. I get it.
Me personally, I would have just tied that nigga up, gagged him. You know what I'm saying? Put a gag in his mouth, just so he ain't biting nobody, trying to scratch nobody, and then just sit him on a horse. Ellie rides up front, you ride in the back, and in between, there he is.
Right. But this episode, it's not only the best of the season so far. I think it's the best of the show. It's the second best of the show.
That's what to me, it's the best of the show.
The best of the show would have to be that the one from last season with Nick Offerman.
I know a lot of people keep saying that. I think this episode's better. For me personally, I like this episode better.
But like, those are the top two episodes. Right. And the top two episodes really have very little to do with the apocalypse. Right? That's the great thing about this show. This is where The Walking Dead kept on fucking up.
Dog, that scene in the capsule, it was so well done.
Oh yeah.
And like the way the light kept moving on fucking Ellie's face, it reminded me of Dune in part 2, where Rebecca Ferguson drinks the water of life and the fucking light keeps moving over her face. Right. I was just like, damn, they straight up got Denny up in here. Good for them.
And like, the thing about this whole entire, because we're pretty much on line with with how the game plays, right? Because this whole entire museum sequence, it's in the game, but in the game, I get why it's there. I liked it, but I could have done without it, right? Here, you get it, you love it, and just like every other story beat from the game, they expand on it so much it becomes its own fucking thing.
Well, the creator of this whole shit directed this episode. He's the co-showrunner, Neil Druckmann. Like, I know Craig Mazin, like, is the major creative force, but don't get it twisted. Like, he is a co-showrunner for a reason. Neil Druckmann. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, whenever I hope for going forward, Neil gets to direct more episodes instead of just one a season.
Right. But yeah, I got nothing else to say. It's a fantastic fucking episode.
Yeah, bro. I'm not even looking forward to this final episode because I'm just like, yo, it's not gonna be that shit.
Right. And it's I'm mad that this season is so short. Right.
Man, that's how I feel about fucking the rehearsal because it's a double finale. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
Because
right.
Sunday's the last, and at least we know there's more Last of Us coming.
We don't know about this.
Like the rehearsal. It took them 3 months to renew it for a second season.
Yeah, and for those who are not in the know, usually if they love a show, they'll renew it before the last episode of the season is up, right? For like, so perfect example, the studio was renewed before the season even ended.
Yeah, it was renewed after like the 4th episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, this show. I mean, I guess perfect segue. Like the rehearsal, man. This show is one of the most talked about shows on social media after it airs. So I don't understand why you just don't give Nathan the money to do a 3rd season. Like, as long as Nathan wants to keep doing the show, they could keep funding it because, like, I get it. It's not a cheap show, but for
Right.
HBO, it is like a drop in the bucket on what they fucking spend.
And look,
Y'all
they
giving
are
that fucking Dune show another episode, another season. Y'all renewed that quick.
right. If Netflix can spend $300 million on a film that no one is ever going to see, right? Like, when's the last time anyone has talked about the Electric State besides this show?
I mean, I got
No
a few
one.
movies I want to talk about for Netflix when it gets time for me because I'm watching these Netflix movies before my shit expires. And I'm just like, yeah, man, like unremarkable in every sense of
Right.
the word.
Right. So if HBO is spending a fraction of that on a show that is constantly being talked about, and it's almost appointment TV at
Yeah.
this point, right?
Yeah.
It's worth it.
I mean, they moved it from Fridays to Sundays for a reason because the first season was on Friday, second season's on Sunday. The second season finally gets into what a lot of people were talking about with the first season is that like a lot of autistic people relate to this show. And they get all into it and it gets so deep that Nathan starts going, wait, am I autistic? And I'm like, yes, nigga. Like, yes.
Right. Like the fact, like, wait, no one in your life has ever even brought up the fact that you may be autistic, dude. Like from the jump, from Nathan for you, right? It's like, oh yeah, this guy is on the spectrum.
This one, he is rehearsing a deposition where he's finally bringing in before the FAA board, if that's even around anymore, because I mean that shit's been dismantled. That's why it's so hard to fly between the real ID and then there's no fucking FAA infrastructure. So like, good luck on getting on a plane and trying to land.
And don't fly out of Newark unless you absolutely have to.
Well, fly out of Newark, but don't land in Newark.
Look, if you can't land in Newark, like I don't trust. If you can't do one of the two things that an airport, like you're supposed to take off and land. If you can't do both of those things, I don't want nothing to do with you.
I would rather take off from somewhere janky than land at somewhere janky, bro. I'll say that much. Like, yo, I will pay the extra money to land at JFK or Philadelphia, and then I'll just pay the Uber prices or just take that fucking long ass SEPTA. Cause yo, it's a pain. If you have to take public transportation for Philadelphia International Airport, you gotta
It's almost impossible.
yeah, because you gotta like fucking go to 30th Street,
And then take a
transfer.
bus.
Yup, it is a pain in the ass. That's why I'm just like, yo, can one of y'all please just fucking drop me off instead of put me on SEPTA? SEPTA, their slogan should be New Jersey Transit is bad. We're worse.
Yeah. When this whole entire New Jersey Transit strike started, SEPTA was looking at NJ Transit like, oh, first time?
Yo, SEPTA is terrible, bro. It takes the same amount of time to get from Trenton to Philly as it does from Trenton to New York City. I don't understand that.
Yeah. I mean, it's technically it's a shorter distance and ride, but SEPTA's always fucking up. And like they'll just cancel a train.
Yeah. But then but there's so many stops too. Like every 2 miles is a new fucking stop. And I'm just like, why do we keep stopping? Like there's a stop that is literally a bus shelter. And I'm like,
Yep.
dog, there's 3 people here. Why the fuck are we stopping here? I remember one time there was nobody there and they did a slow roll by and the conductor's like, keep going. And they just sped up. And I'm like, that is fucking ghetto as all shit.
SEPTA.
Yeah, man. That's why, yo, people ask me why I hate Philly. Like, yo, listen, I experienced racism in New York. Philly's the only city where white motherfuckers will call me a nigger to my face, and then black motherfuckers in Philly think I'm fucking white.
I mean, I honestly I love the parts of Philly I go to. Right?
There's no parts of Philly that are good.
Like I don't go to that fucking shoot 'em up fucking Kensington bullshit. But you are right in both respects. It is the city of brotherly love, but they will also
it's the city of brotherly hate.
Steal your wallet and leave you in a ditch.
Nigga, I was literally doing work in Philly and I was like, yo, let me help you out. You know, I'm doing outreach work. Like, yo, listen, we're literally giving out money. And like some old lady's like, well, not all money is good money. And the dude I was working with, he was an old black dude. He's just like, bitch, you don't need to say that to him. You could just say no thanks and walk away. We're out here trying to help you out. The fuck is wrong with you? And she looked at him and it's just like, oh, and she realized she's like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, this nigga is fucking 70 years old and is chewing this old black woman out for that shit.
Look, look, the on the flag for Philadelphia, you know, their crest it just should say "fuck around and find out."
Yo, listen, I get it. Like, you guys had Rizzo as your mayor for like fucking 10 years. You guys bombed fucking residents, literally dropped bombs. And I'm just like, you know what? At this point, drop bombs on the whole fucking city. Y'all did it once, do it again. Just fucking do it again. Honestly, if Russia attacked, I hope the first bomb hits Philly.
God damn. All right. Oh shit. All right. So
like I'm trying to imagine. Like I'm thinking about Oppenheimer, where he's staring at the pools of water as they make ripples, and I'm looking at that too. But he looked at it with like tears in his eyes. I'm looking at it with a smile on my face because I just imagine Philly.
All right. Let's get back on target before you know. So I guess our next sponsor won't be the city of Philadelphia.
Nah, fuck that. Yo, listen, I want to do live shows, and I will do live shows anywhere except for Philly.
Actually, we got to talk about that offline.
And if we do, at the end of the show, I'll just say, "Eat shit, Philly. Hope you get bombed." All right,
so
but yeah,
back to back to the rehearsal.
Yeah, so it ends with him finally meeting the head of the FAA, who's like, I think he is a congressman or a senator. I can't remember.
Representative.
Okay, yeah, but bro, the last 3 minutes of this episode, I'm like, Nathan, like, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? When he's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That even I understood. Let me get my shit, say thank you, and dip. This nigga's just sitting there like, okay. And the dude's looking at him like, yeah, okay. And he's like, yeah, okay. And I'm just like, Nathan, fucking leave, man.
Well, that's no social cues. That's the spectrum.
Like, I pulled that shit the other day on the phone. Jeff even saw. I was like, all right, well, thanks for reaching out, and we'll look forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
When somebody said when after you talk to somebody and they're like, well, or okay, that means that shit is done.
Look, I think I'm kind of like near the spectrum. So, but
I'm definitely on the spectrum.
There is, for me, here's a clue when I don't want to talk to you. If I give you 3, wow, that's crazy. That means I don't like the conversation's done, right? But they keep talking, right? You ever been at a party like, yeah, how many like, yo, that's crazy,
and they keep going.
Wow,
you're just like, wow,
right?
Yeah.
like
sometimes all you have to end it like, well, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna start ending conversations. You know, instead of trying to be subtle, just end conversations like, "Well, gotta take a shit."
I just go, well. One thing I do is like, well, all right, and people usually get the hint. Usually,
right. Yeah, usually. But like, look, I gotta take a shit. That's that's an ender. Like, you can walk away. You can tap dance out of that one.
Yo, man, just. Yo, it took Nathan fucking 3-4 minutes for him to finally realize, oh, it's time for me to go. Like, even I was like, dog, is none of the people on the crew gonna be like, yo, Nathan, get your shit.
He knew it. He knew what he was doing. He was playing up the awkwardness, right? Because
yeah, but that shit was not funny. It was just painful to watch. Like, that's to me is not funny.
Yeah, but I mean, look. Half the show is not funny. It's just cringy. It's awkward, and that's his comedy, though. He's a modern day Andy Kaufman.
Fair enough. Look, I have no like. The one thing I love about this season in particular, is episode to episode, I have no fucking idea what's gonna happen, and every episode. I sit there with my mouth open like this is actually happening. So I have no idea what's gonna happen in the next episode and how this is gonna tie in and how he's gonna solve the co-pilots with their FAA regulations. Because I mean, like,
I don't know how he's going to land this plane.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I literally watch this show week to week. I'm like, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Which is funny because the first season, I kind of got a handle on it after a while. I'm like, all right, so yeah, this is what'll happen. And now this season, I'm just like, bro, I have no fucking clue what's gonna happen next. This is the only one of the rare shows, and well, across all media, this is one of the rare things across all media where I'm literally surprised week after week.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I can only imagine if he gets a third season, how fucking insane that's gonna be.
Like, to me, this season is miles better than the first season, but the first season still has the funniest episode I've ever seen of television, which is Scion. If y'all have not seen
the first episode. Is that
the first episode? Second episode. That's the second episode.
That's the second episode?
Like, if y'all haven't seen it, go watch Scion, the second episode of the first season. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, just because I've never seen a bigger douchebag in my life than that guy that they follow around. I'm like, yo. yo. I might watch that shit again.
See, and this is why HBO needs to renew it, because we are talking about the first season like, oh yeah, I gotta go back and rewatch that shit, right? Like, I gotta watch the first season.
Just that one episode. Like after that episode, I'm not trying to see any of that shit with that
With the
that
woman?
Yeah, she's
yeah. Yeah.
Bro,
If you have not,
when she's describing to Nathan her ideal partner, I'm like, there is no man out there like that.
yeah, it was like, that's
Yo.
nothing but red flags.
Yo.
Nothing but red flags for this chick.
Oh shit! So yeah, I'm excited for the season finale.
I am dreading it, but also excited for it because, like you said, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh my god! All right, let's Jeff. What have you been watching?
All right. So I haven't really been watching much, honestly. So this is gonna be real fucking short. I've caught up on Pokerface, right?
Yeah,
Except for this, except for this week,
right?
No,
Because this week it hasn't aired yet,
right?
as of this recording.
Yeah, I love this show. I love, like you said, I love how now it's just week for week. You know, it's like a mystery of the week type shit, and it is. It makes Peacock worth it.
Yo, I told you that episode was wild.
Yeah,
It's one of the wild. Yo, we just finished talking about the rehearsal. This shit is just as wild as the rehearsal.
Scripted. Right.
Yeah,
but it's scripted.
I was just like, yo, y'all fucking thought of this as a fucking episode.
Someone sat down at a computer and they were like, yeah, cocaine crocodile.
Yo.
Meth crocodile.
Yo, and how she kills Kamal is hilarious.
Yeah.
But I told you, Gabby Hoffman's looking real old, right?
Yeah, but she was meant to look old in that. Like, she was meant to look. But I don't even know how old Gabby Hoffman is in real life.
Like
she might be
mid-40s, right? She should be mid-40s.
So she's my age, but she's white.
She was acting when she was a young little girl.
Yeah,
I remember her when she was a child actor.
Yeah, so but she's white, so you got to add like for however old we are. Like if you're both 45, you got to put like a 10-year modifier on white faces. So yeah, she looks like a 45-year-old woman, but a 45-year-old white woman.
She looked much older than that.
I mean, yeah. But besides that, and Kamal's southern accent, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous.
The gator, bro, he's like, I saved her and she saved me.
Yeah, never. It was like fucking it's a dinosaur. It is the last dinosaur.
The taste of human blood is what the episode's called.
Yeah. So I'm all caught up on Pokerface. This season is turning out to be, I'm not going to say better, but it is definitely worth it. I'm not disappointed by anything I've seen so far.
Yeah, look, Peacock don't really have shit either, so they might as well just renew it for a third season.
Right, yeah, let's just do it, right? Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean,
might as well give it a fourth, too.
I like stuff that's on Peacock, but if it weren't for Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah, that Law and Order.
Right, I would not pay for Peacock.
Oh, hell no.
Right.
That's the only reason I do the deals, the special deals that they email me, is just because, like, oh yeah, let me get this for a year for cheap. So that way I could keep watching SNL and stay caught up on my 2 Law and Orders. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then that's it. Like I'm good on everything.
Pokerface along with SNL and like, you know, the fucking Wolfverse, the Dick Wolfverse.
Oh, you watch some Chicago shits?
No, but like people love that shit, and I get why they love it. It's not me.
I mean, because like the only other Peacock original I tried watching besides the Diddy thing, because I watched that, was that show with Amanda Seyfried, and I
Oh,
got
the
to
one that's in
episode.
the Philly? The one, yeah,
Yeah,
the one where she's Philly cop. I haven't
I
started
got
that
to
one yet.
dog. I got to episode 3, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm
Yeah, I
good.
mean, it felt like
Mayor of Easttown
yeah, I was very,
ripoff.
yeah, like a low budget Mayor of Easttown.
I should probably watch that over the summer.
Oh,
I'll
you haven't
start
seen it
that.
yet?
Nah, I'll watch it. I know Spielberg said he's jealous because he was like, I wish I could have made that. I wish somebody had asked me because I definitely would have made that. And I'm like, all right, since we're coming up on lulls and my Netflix is about to expire, might as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good. It's surprisingly good and accurate,
All right.
right? Because that is PA as fuck.
Look, Nine Perfect Strangers season 2 just started, so I gotta start that, man.
Mm.
Even though I
Yeah,
thought the first season was
yeah, people keep on talking about it though, so I gotta get into it eventually. Moving on from that, I on HBO Max they have the Oceans trilogy,
yeah,
and
nigga.
so I just spent some time going through all 3 films, and even though the second one is the weakest one, right? I still dig it just because
It's
it's
definitely better than I remember because me and my brother, I think, do you remember me and my brother? We went through it last year and I talked about it, like, or did a whole
yeah,
rewatch because
yeah,
it's
yeah. I
streaming in
did.
4K. It's in Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. And we're like, oh, fuck, the 4K versions are up. And we ended up, lo and behold, rewatching the whole trilogy on a whim.
Yeah, and so I rewatched the whole entire trilogy recently, and I I love a heist film. Everybody knows I love a heist film, but this is just fun motherfuckers, like pretty motherfuckers, charming motherfuckers having fun,
Right.
right? On screen. And even though I've seen these movies dozens of times individually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still dig these movies the same way I did when I first watched them,
I mean,
right?
let's say this, bro. Like, the first one's still the best one. Like, let's be
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
But the third one is so fun and entertaining, and there's some oneers in there where I'm like, oh, my man's is doing like Spielberg oneers in this shit. Especially the
yeah.
one in the tunnel where they're drilling,
Right,
where
right, right.
it's Matt Damon and
Don
Don
Cheadle.
Cheadle
Yeah,
and it's this like low angle oneer, and I was just like, dog, this is a Spielberg oneer. Like that shot is fucking insane.
yeah. Well, so like this is Soderbergh in his bag, right? This is
Yeah,
like they wrote him
yeah.
a check, like here, spend the money, do what you want.
And I'm begging y'all. I'm begging y'all. Please fucking just leave this shit, bro. Like, I don't want an Ocean's 14. The prequel, fine. Take a crack at it. Because I
Right,
like Ryan Gosling. I like Margot Robbie. Like, that'd be cool to see them paired up together. But,
right, right,
like,
right.
leave this shit, bro. Like, the fact that y'all trying to do another one, and I'm just like, bro, 3 of these motherfuckers are dead. It's just gonna
Hmm.
be
It's gonna be
Danny.
sad.
Yeah, and it's just gonna be Danny, Rusty, and Linus. I'm like, I get it.
I
Those are
mean,
the 3 big stars, but like, it's not an Ocean's movie without the rest of the crew. Like, if it's just gonna
right
be
with that,
them 3, like,
you
I'm
need the
good.
old men. You need Don Cheadle. You need the 11,
Right?
right?
Because Bernie's gone, Paul Reiner's gone. Who's the dude who played Ruben?
Uh, fuck. We're gonna be vilified for this.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
I know.
it was Carl Reiner and fucking
Because
what's
Ruben's
his
gone
name?
too.
Yeah. Ruben's gone. Um, didn't we just have it? Oh, R.I.P.
Elliot
George Wendt.
Gold.
Elliot Gould. Elliot
Elliot
Gould.
Gold.
Yeah, Elliot Gould. Yeah. But while we're talking about just
Oh yeah, why am I
Dead.
disrespecting Elliot Gold? He was in The Long Goodbye. That's one of the
Yeah,
best movies ever made. Shout out to Robert Altman. Also R.I.P. Robert Altman.
yeah. Man. Oh, it's turned sad.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I've read about it, and it's like I need to watch that as soon as I can. Right.
Robert
Um,
Altman.
what was it? What I was gonna say? Oh yeah, Ocean, like the Ocean trilogy. Fucking, it's just fun, right? It's fun.
Yeah,
It's inventive. It's it doesn't take itself too seriously, but then again, it doesn't try to insult the audience, and that's what I did, right?
bro. Elliot Gould has one of the funniest lines in the first one though, where
Which
everybody
one's it?
heads inside the house and Linus is just standing there. He's like, "You like the food?" He's like, "Yeah." "You like the house?" He's like, "Yeah." "You like the pool?" He's like, "Yeah, it's nice." It's like, "All right, get in the fucking house." He's like, and he just looks at him. He's like, "Okay, all right."
uh
That shit
like
cracks me up. He's just so nonchalant about everything, and then just makes that fucking veiled threat. All right, get the fuck in the house,
yeah, like I would. And
man.
honestly,
Linus was a douchebag in that first movie, huh?
I, yeah, and like he had like throughout the 3 movies, he has an arc,
Yeah,
right?
because he's competent in the third one. I tell you that much. I'm like, damn.
Right,
All right, he's
exactly.
not an idiot no more.
And it's like it's the little things that you don't notice. Like when I never noticed when they're talking about the prosthetic nose and they call it a Brody. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, that's a shot at Adrian Brody. Yeah. So it's like, oh, you gotta put the Brody on.
yeah. I gotta find me some pheromones, bro.
I mean, they're selling them on Instagram, man.
If you don't know what
Uh,
it is, don't worry about it.
you don't, if you don't, yeah, you don't need it. We don't need you to have it if you don't know what it
Yo,
is.
I love how at the end of the movie when they're at the airport and he just stands up and looks at Danny and Rusty. He just goes, "All right, I'll see you on the
I'll
next
see you when I
one."
see it. I'll do it. See you when I see you.
And then Danny and Rusty, they're like, "The fuck, this motherfucker? This
Did he big
motherfucker's
dick
back?"
us?
Yeah, he's like, "What the
This
fuck?"
motherfucker big dicked us? Okay.
And
Right?
what's cool is like you hear about Rusty's father throughout all three movies, and then
Right.
the twist is, oh, he was
It
in the third one. He was working with his father the entire time, and then he
yeah.
finally got his father's approval because he's like, "Yeah, my next job's with my dad. I'll see y'all
Yeah.
later."
Yeah. It's a great fucking arc. And let me tell you, Ocean's 13 is the last time all right, not the last time. One of the few times in recent memory
That
that
Al Pacino gave a fuck.
Al Pacino gave a
Yeah,
fuck.
and gave a
Yeah.
good performance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. I was like,
Yes.
God damn, Pacino.
Just a piece of shit in that movie.
Yeah, but like he sold it. He everybody was putting their fucking ankles in this, right?
Yo,
Because it was so fun.
they even redeemed Tutelar or however the fuck
Right,
he
right,
says it. Vincent Cassel's character. They
right.
even
Yeah,
redeemed him because I was just like, man, this is a lame ass villain. And when he pops up in 3, I'm like, oh, y'all redeemed him by using him right.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
13 was they straight up said they made 13 as an apology for 12, and I was like, worth it.
yeah. And 12 is still the butt of I remember the whole entire Rick and Morty episode where they talk about heists, and that was a direct response to Ocean's 12 because Ocean's 12, spoiler alert, the heist already happened,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's fun getting there. It's fun
It's
finding out.
that production is infamous because it's known that they were partying almost every day and night making that movie.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're
The
fucking
entire cast. Yeah.
all over fucking Europe. Yeah,
Yeah, there
yeah,
would be celebrities just hanging out, and they'd find out, oh, they're filming the Ocean's movie. Hey, y'all want to come on my yacht after the fucking y'all wrap for the day? And they would go party on the yacht. And even Rob Reiner was like, I hope we make these forever. That's how much fun he had party. I'm like, Nikki, you are 70 years old. What are you talking about? You make these forever. You should be in bed, not fucking drinking champagne out of a bottle. You doing
I,
champagne facials at 70.
so here's the thing. The Oceans films, right? Where are what all of the Adam Sandler films wish they could be, as in
Yeah.
like excuses to go on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, 12, again, I don't hate 12. On a because I hated 12. But then on a
Mhm.
rewatch, I'm like, okay, I respect 12, but it's still not something I'm gonna run to. However, I will
Mhm.
say, unlike those Adam Sandler movies you're talking about, like Grown Ups, Grown Ups 2, I'm like, yeah, they at least tried. They at
Yeah,
least tried to make a movie. Y'all just did not care.
yeah, 100%. But like, Yeah. So Oceans, I think they're leaving HBO Max at the end of this month, so that's why I was trying to watch those.
Oh, that's all right. That happened
They'll
before.
be
Like
they'll be
they
somewhere else.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they'll pop right back. They'll come
Yeah.
right back to HBO Max. Give it like 2-3 months, they'll be back. I
Yeah.
just got to get the box set. I got to stop fucking around and just get that box set, bro.
Yeah. But watching this reminds me, it like it reinforces how much I hated the Oceans. What was it? Oceans 8, whatever it fucking was.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
Y'all didn't have to kill off Danny. And now if you do this sequel, you're gonna retcon that shit anyway. So
Right. It's good. Like as soon as
even 8 doesn't even know if he's dead, because Sandra Bullock even sits down. She's like, "Are you even really in there?" I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah.
your sister even thinks you're pulling a con by playing dead, bro." Like,
right, but yet like the fact that they put that in there as a setup, just like they were just like just in case. That seems like
Yeah.
an afterthought, right? That seems like we got to do this to keep it open.
Y'all could have asked George Clooney to come on set for a day and do a fucking cameo, or have him on the phone, or use some archival dialogue and just
Or
cut
just
it in there.
Or just have him just like watching his sister behind a
Yeah.
newspaper, and that's all
man.
you needed.
Like, yo,
Yeah.
like, I guarantee you he would not have said no.
No, not.
By the way,
yeah.
you know how one of my favorite George Clooney movies that he directed, Good Night and Good Luck? You know
Yeah,
how that's a Broadway play now?
Yeah.
They're going to televise
okay.
it real soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On where?
I can't remember. I saw it on Instagram, but I gotta look again because I'm like, yo, to me, that's one of the best movies ever made.
All right. I mean, I'll give you that. Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there since we're all talking about Clooney. But
We're
yeah,
talking
you
about
could have
Clooney.
called Clooney. Clooney would probably be like, yeah, I don't care.
Like,
Clooney don't care.
For what you would have to pay him, like, yeah, $5 million for me to show up for a day. Yeah, okay, cool.
If Clooney came back for Batman, you know what I'm saying? He would have came back for Danny. Same thing with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's like, yo, listen, whatever. I'll come back for a cameo if they need me. He's like, just never say no. I've learned now, never say never. And I'm like, him playing Batman almost killed him, because he literally almost drank himself to death being Batman. So the fact that he's just like, yeah, I'll come back. I don't give a shit.
No, I'll come back
for a
day.
Like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, y'all got just fucking ask. And then if they say no, just say, all right, we're going to use some archival footage or some archival dialogue, and we're just going to pay you out, okay? And I guarantee you they'll be like, all right, sure, whatever. As long as I'm not fucking physically involved, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we'll take it. Speaking of Batman, the Nolan trilogy is also leaving HBO Max.
It's leaving Netflix too.
Is it? Or is it Netflix? Leaving one of them.
These shits bounce around, bro. Like it
Right.
goes to Hulu for a month, then it's back on HBO Max, and then it goes to Netflix, and then it goes back to HBO Max because Warner Brothers fucking streaming service. Like,
right. I guess I was watching on Netflix because leaving Netflix is probably going back to HBO Max. Whenever I saw it, I watched all 3 of the Nolans. On repeated rewatches of The Dark Knight Rises, it's gotten better to me.
Right. It's just the fact that the problem is with Dark Knight Rises is like the best part of that movie is at the very beginning. I was just like, even Nolan said, he's like, yeah, I think my favorite thing I've ever filmed ever is the beginning of Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, and I every time in The Dark Knight Rises, every time I watch it, when Batman comes back on the scene and all the cops are chasing him, right? And they're giving him like due respect, but they're still like, all right, we got to do our job. Let's hunt down Batman. But they're all like, fucking Batman's back. Right?
I love the old dude because the old dude's like, oh, you're in for a show tonight. And then when the dude shoots his fucking ESP,
right?
The old dude's like, the fuck are you doing, bro?
Right? It's like, I love that whole entire sequence. But The Dark Knight Rises is the most quotable of all the Nolans.
Yeah,
Because of Bane.
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 I kind of wish Bane was the main character.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I do.
that's I don't think they'll ever top that version of like. That's why I'm just like, don't do Bane again, just because like y'all ain't gonna
Tom Hardy
yeah.
owns it, right?
Yeah,
Like
man. Like,
I still walk up to my friends, put my fucking hand on their chest, like, do you feel in charge?
bro,
Right?
when the revolution comes, I know I'm gonna get on top of a car and recite that whole speech he does when it's time for the uprising, because you know the uprising's coming soon. I'm gonna be like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and what do we
100%.
tell these people? Are they in charge?
Oh fuck yeah! So
Oh man,
yeah, I just want to throw this out there. The Nolan trilogy, I love it. Rises, I mean, you know, Begins is good. It's a good start,
let me
right?
say that I will piggyback off you real quick before you finish your point, because I want to say
Go ahead.
this. Begins is the most entertaining and the most rewatchable,
Right.
but The Dark Knight, rewatching that, I'm just like, bro, this is as close to a perfect movie as you can get. Like, yes, I think The Dark Knight has problems, but I mean, goddamn, the way that shit is written and directed, and even the actors, I'm like, you guys weren't making a Batman movie, you were making a real movie. Like, my favorite Batman movie is The Batman, because that movie's literally about Batman. I think that did
Right.
what The Dark Knight, no, not The Dark Knight, Batman Begins did, but much, much better. However, while that may be my favorite Batman movie, I think the best Batman movie ever is The Dark Knight. Like, I'm just gonna be real, we're never gonna top that shit. Like,
Yeah,
ever.
and like
Ever.
I'm actually not going to argue that it may, like, so there's difference between, and we've said this on the show before, there's difference between realizing something's the best and it being your favorite, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
right? So The Dark Knight is the best Batman film.
Yes.
It's not, it's in the top for me, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is Batman 89, right?
Okay. Fair
But
enough.
that's based on nostalgia,
Right.
right? I realize that Batman 89 is a far inferior movie to The Dark Knight, right? But still my favorite.
I respect your opinion, because as you are a younger Gen X and me being a millennial, almost, I'm not the same age as Robert Pattinson because he's a couple of years older than me, but being the same age almost as Robert Pattinson, that's probably why I identify with him, because I'm like, all right, we have a black woman in this shit played by Zoe Kravitz, straight up calling him out like, yo, you're rich and you're privileged and you're getting away with it because you're white and you're going around beating the shit out of people. So you're a rich, angry white guy beating the shit out of people. Meanwhile, I'm out here doing this criminal shit because people are suffering and I got nothing else to do but to take people down through illegal means.
Right. I mean, like,
So I appreciate that.
yeah, if you look at the character of Batman, he's Republican as fuck.
Right.
Right?
Right. He's a
MAGA.
fascist.
Right, he's a
Right.
fascist. But
Right.
it's Batman.
And
right?
then that's why I love about the Batman is like they call that shit out. However, with that said, look, you guys don't understand. I remember going to the midnight show because at that point in time, I was firmly into Nolan, right? Because I remember seeing Memento for the first time. I remember seeing Batman. I remember going to the theater for Insomnia. Like, I was just like, yo, I am a Nolan fan. And my friends would go with me. They're like, why are we seeing this shit? And by the end of it, they'd be like, you. And for that midnight opening IMAX movie, at the end of it, everybody looked at each other like, what the fuck did we just watch? Like, we've never seen some shit like that before. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. And like, I'll be real with you, bro. That's probably why Inception is my favorite movie, just because I've never seen a movie like that before, and I haven't seen a movie like that ever since. A movie that is entertaining, has big action set pieces, but also makes you turn your brain on. Because that's the one thing I hate about working at the video store is motherfuckers would be like, I don't like to think when I watch shit. And I'm like, yeah, but Nolan makes you think all the time.
Right.
Same thing with
And,
Denny. Denny makes you fucking think all the time. You just don't realize it.
and like you love Inception, right? And it's peak Nolan, right?
Now, peak
But
Nolan's
honest,
Oppenheimer,
right?
because that is like
But
the most
honestly,
Nolan.
my favorite Nolan film is Memento.
Look, a lot of people say that. A lot of people wish he would have stayed true to his roots, and I'm like, I don't know,
No,
man, because I'll be real. If Nolan didn't go big, imagine the blockbusters we'd be getting now. It would probably be fucking garbage. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like he
yeah,
reinvented, like he proved, like yo, you could put big concepts and heady thoughts into big budget movies and still entertain people.
yeah. Like Nolan, Soderbergh, and all of these guys, they are living the filmmaker's dream, right?
They're
You
making
start
independent films on a big budget. That's what it is.
that's what it is, right? Um, they're still fucking indie,
Like yo,
right?
like they're making what studio movies were in the 90s, just not as stupid. But they did
Yeah.
have some brains behind it. If you get what I'm trying to say.
No, I totally get because in the 90s, they took fucking chances,
Right.
right?
Like Oppenheimer's just JFK to me. Except just moves
I mean,
just moves much
honest,
faster. Much faster.
and honestly, if you look at if you watch JFK and then you watch Oppenheimer, it's like Nolan definitely did some winks to JFK.
Like, don't get me
Right?
wrong, JFK is to me one of the best movies ever made, but like if I had to compare the two, I'm just like, bro, I love Oliver Stone. Oliver Stone like paved the way for a lot of shit, but like Oppenheimer is on a level I've never seen before. The fact that he made JFK as a big and it's paced and edited like an action movie. Like somebody timed it out. They said no shot in Oppenheimer lasts more than 30 seconds.
Right?
That's why
So
somebody was like, "You guys like that shit? That's ADD cinema." And I'm like, it's a reason for that, bro. Like he's trying to tell this massive story in 3 hours, nigga. Like
Nolan made a fucking Michael Bay science movie, right?
a Michael Bay biopic. Yeah.
Right? I mean, like if Michael Bay had the talent to do a biopic, it would have been Oppenheimer, right?
With multiple
Like,
set pieces, right?
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
get a
So,
set piece 5 minutes in. Like when that nigga's learning about quantum mechanics, like we still talk about it to this day. The Can You Hear the Music sequence, where it's
Right.
literally him learning about art and quantum mechanics. It's just like that is literally one of the best sequences I've ever seen in a fucking movie.
right, like, and it's no shot lasts more than 30 seconds, right? Why is that a bad fucking thing? Some of you motherfuckers hold shots too long,
Yo, right?
right? Like some of you have forgotten leave early, come in late with,
Yo, listen,
with the editing.
Listen, if you want your shots to be held longer, that's what Denny's for. Denny is literally Nolan, except a little more artier, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Those two
And-
are
but
the
like,
same motherfucker, to be quite honest with you.
but like when Denny does it, when anyone else with some skill holds a shot long, there is a fucking reason.
Yeah,
Like some of you
yeah.
motherfuckers just like, I just really like the composition of the shot, so I want to stay in it as long as I can. And I'm
Bro,
talking to indie filmmakers. I'm talking like
Bro.
mostly that's an indie sin.
I'm drunk, so I'm about to start crying because I just realized I'm getting a new fucking Nolan movie and a new Denny movie next year. And they're both going to be like IMAX events, bro.
Yeah, man.
And we're getting a new fucking I'm getting a new Cameron, a new Nolan, and a new Denny within the span of a fucking year, man.
Right. And honestly, from Jurassic Park Rebirth, that's pretty much a Spielberg, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because like the
Yeah, that's-
shots in
that's
that trailer, I was just like, oh, Gareth is literally making. So when I've heard from a person, me and Jeff both know, he
Mhm.
straight up says this is the closest you're gonna get to the original. Even Scarlett Johansson, she's been promoting it because the press tour is starting now, and she's just like, I read the script. I always wanted to be in one of these, but the thing that really blew me away is this is literally the closest we're gonna get to the original. And even Mahershala is like, I'm so surprised how well thought out these characters are. And
Right.
the thing that he said, the thing that made me attracted to this is that usually we're the hunted. In this movie, we're the hunters. And I was just like,
Yeah.
all right, nigga, if this is good, I will be out. Not only will I go to the press screening, but I will see this in Dolby
Yeah.
because
I'll
it's
pay
not
money
getting
for
an
this.
IMAX release.
Yeah. I'll spend
Sadly,
money.
like this and F1. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like F1, I need to see yesterday.
Yeah. The trailer for F1 in 4DX. Yeah.
So how many times are you gonna see it?
Well, I'm gonna see it at least 4 to 5 times.
Well, I mean,
Right?
I told my brother that the other day. I was like, yo, if one battle after another is good, like that means, all right, so I'm gonna go to a press screening, but then if it's good, I gotta see it in IMAX. Gotta see the 70mm print. And then I also gotta see the VistaVision print.
Right. But I was surprised at how interesting the chairs moved in the 4DX for the fucking trailer.
God damn.
Right?
God damn it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Somebody pay me. Somebody pay me. God damn it.
Yeah, look, Regal, if you're listening, can we
Yo, give us a sponsorship. Yeah.
like I want to see, honestly, I want to see Jurassic World in 4DX. Right? I want to see these big blockbusters for the summer in 4DX. I just don't want to pay $30 every time I go to a movie theater.
Yo, I'm ready for them too. I'm ready for fucking 28 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready for some. I'm excited for blockbuster season, but I'm excited for the real blockbusters. No offense to everybody else. Like no offense to all you comic books out there. No offense to all those animated films. Like nah, nigga. Like I'm ready for the real blockbusters.
Right. That's the low budget, high concept.
Well, fucking F1 is not low budget, bro. That shit
but I'm
costs
talking about
300.
like 28 years.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what I'm talking about. Yeah, like that's right. But yeah, this summer makes up for the last summer.
Yeah, last summer was weak.
Yeah. So there we go. But that's all I have for what you've been watching. So, Brandon, what have you been watching?
All right, well, let's get into Lazarus. I just want to say the one thing I like about this show is the character development, and I think it's really good. But also, my anxiety levels at the end of each episode keep ramping up because the episode always ends like now we're at 14 days left, and I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Like 14 days left, and we still haven't found Skinner? What the fuck? But this episode was cool because they visit a underwater city. So they're trying to find Skinner in an underwater city, a city that has completely been flooded. Yeah, like the show's nuts. Like I love this show so much.
And you're almost over, right? Like the season's almost over. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I think this is episode 6 or 7. I'm guessing there's 10 episodes this season, but like my anxiety just every time we get to the end where it says how many days are left, I'm like, y'all gotta make some progress somehow. Like literally y'all are gonna die in less than like 2 weeks. like, oh, Jesus Christ. Speaking of miracle drugs, they just announced that we can no longer get COVID shots. COVID shots are now for people who are elderly and are seriously medically sick. That's what RFK's doing. He said we don't need COVID boosters every year, and I'm like, no, actually, I would like one every year. I kept getting one every year. It's fine if you don't want to get one. I respect people's decision if you don't want to get one. But me personally, who stays in a crowded city and crowded spaces literally all the time, I would like one every year. That's just me personally.
The option should be available.
Yes.
Right? Like you don't need a flu shot every year. You should get one,
Oh yeah,
right?
because I've gotten the flu the past 3 years.
Yeah, right. But like, I always have the option of getting the flu shot,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I would like to continue to have the option to do the things that are going to keep me alive.
Bro, I got vaccinated as a little kid for monkeypox, and when I went to go get my annual flu and COVID shots, this chick is like, "Yo, have you gotten your monkeypox shots?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Well, you might want to think about getting it again, even though you probably don't need it. You probably should get it." And I'm like, "Bro, if a person in a CVS is telling me this, that's a
Right.
problem." Same thing with hepatitis. I've been fucking vaccinated for all forms of hepatitis. She's like, "Yeah, you might want to get a hepatitis shot again." I'm just like, come on.
Right.
The fact that
Because here's
scarlet fever's running wild,
but
measles, measles was eradicated.
yeah. And here's the thing about diseases, right? Uh Eventually, because they are a life form, they evolve. So what worked yesterday may not work today.
That's
So
true.
uh and and, and we could be talking a generational thing, right? It could be 100 years from now, right? The shit that you were we were vaccinating for, that shit doesn't work. That's why you got to keep on. The science keeps on sciencing, right? Like, progress should not stop because we have. We're not talking about politics.
Listen,
But
this
yeah,
is what we get when the dude who's running the health, our health administration, half of his brain has been eaten by worms. I don't know if you saw this, but last week, I think it was last Thursday or Friday, he swam in a contaminated river, like
yeah, no, I
somewhere
saw
in
that.
the and they told him like even the
Don't do that.
people who even the Republican people who live in that town are like, absolutely don't do that. And he's just like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, Cheryl, why are you married to this man? No wonder Larry's like, yeah, we're ending Curb. Like, fuck this. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. Lasai.
The last 3 episodes of SNL, so Quinta Brunson hosting, Walton Goggins hosting, and then Scarlett Johansson hosting, they've all been decent episodes. I'm not gonna say they're great, they've been decent. They've been about above average.
Yeah, and I will give you that. I really loved the Walton Goggins one
Because
because
it
he
was
was
weird.
it was real fucking weird, right?
Right. That was the
Um,
strongest one out of all 3. But they've
yeah,
all had their highs and lows. Like I'll say that. Like I did not hate. Finally, a run of episodes. I was just like, oh, that fucking sucked.
right. I loved the Scarlett Johansson one. For Bad Bunny, because Bad Bunny might as well just become a fucking cast member. As
His
many times as he's
English
been
has
on,
gotten much better.
much better,
Whoa! Like when
right?
he started talking this episode, I'm like, what the fuck happened, bro? No
Yeah,
offense to Bad Bunny, and I don't mean that as any disrespect, because bro, if you're in something, I'll watch it. Like you were, even though you were in it for like 2 seconds, you were like one of the highlights of Bullet Train.
yeah. And what's that new what's the new Aronofsky?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that during trailer talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah, he's in that,
In
and
that.
it's like, wow, your English is getting so much better. But the thing is, Bad Bunny, it just has so much fun on SNL, right?
Yo, that second performance, I'm like, you're allowed to do this on live TV,
Right,
Yo,
right.
I was like, yo,
Yo, I can't like
yeah.
I don't fuck with pop stars, but I kind of want to hang out with Bad Bunny because he's weird as fuck, right? That whole entire the first musical performance where he's just on a fucking reenacting the building of a skyscraper.
Yeah,
It's like, who? This was your idea, wasn't it, guy? Like, that's weird as
bro,
fuck.
the girlfriend when they're in the bar with the girlfriends, that with him and Marcelo,
Right?
that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that was perfect. That was the best skit of the entire night.
Yeah, that was one of that I give you that is the best skit. And I like let me give a shout out to SNL for not giving a fuck and just doing entire skits in Spanish.
Spanish, yeah. To the
Right? I
point
was
where
like,
even the white cast members, because the end on that note where fucking, I can't remember, was it Alex Moffat or Mikey Day who spoke Spanish at the very end?
I think it was the one who has three names, the one who's played Trump, Brian Austin
No,
Johnson.
it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was somebody else.
You sure?
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
swear
okay.
it wasn't him. But like to end on that note was
Mm.
perfect, where he
Yeah.
just looks dead in the camera and
And it's
speaks
just like perfect Spanish.
fluent.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, that was my favorite skit. During Walton Goggins's episode, Arcade Fire was the performers, and I am a big fan of a few of their albums. Like I think The Suburbs is a great Springsteen album that Springsteen never made. And I love Reflector. Reflector is like the perfect hybrid between like dance music, disco, and indie rock. Like that album is mwah, and it has the Haitian influences all in there. But like everybody didn't like Everything Now. I thought Everything Now was okay. Their last album, We, was yikes. And so I'm interested to hear Pink Elephant. Like I want like the songs they performed. I'm like, let me I gotta check out the album. That's what I'll say. I gotta check out the album.
Fair. That's fair.
And who was Quinta Brunson? It was like some country artist, wasn't it?
Was that?
But yeah, it wasn't Quinta Brunson, wasn't that a country artist?
I think he was like a pop artist who mixed country. Uh, he
Benson
looked like
Boone.
he looked like a fucking 70s pimp.
I'm just saying that because I don't remember any of the songs, but I just remember watching it at the time and I was like, yo, listen, I'm not mad at it. Because usually when very rarely do I skip a musical performance, and this one I was just like, you know, I'll let it play. So like all the musical performances over these past 3 weeks,
They've
solid.
been good. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can tell when he was singing the Quinta at the beginning of that one performance, you could tell Quinta. I was like, damn, Quinta, don't
She was
don't fall
feeling
for
it.
don't
She was
fall
feeling
for
it.
it. Don't fall for it. But yeah, I'm not mad. Like season 50, these last 3 episodes, y'all took it out strong. So
Yeah, especially with the
joke
jokes
swap.
Yeah.
Because Scarlett got her revenge.
I wish, honestly, I wish there was just a weekend update weekly show that was nothing but joke swaps.
Well, I mean, I was about to say they did try a weekend update weekly episode weekly show. They did that like 2018. No, it was 2017. It was
Okay.
2017. They did it all through August, week after week. They did it, and it wasn't really hitting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be the joke swap version though, right? And honestly, that's not a bad concept for a show in general, where comedians write jokes for other comedians, right? And try to.
Well, I think what they should do, and they should try this, maybe not do it week to week, but maybe do weekend update, like, since they're off, maybe once a month.
Yeah, during the summer.
Just 30 minutes. Or no, 30 minutes is too long.
No, like make it an hour, since we're only doing month to month.
I don't know if they can sustain an hour, but like
They got a month to write it, like to make it work. You know,
that's true. So, let's move on. I want to move into Law and Order since the finale just aired, the season finale. We got into ADA Maroon because this dude, a young woman, was brutally murdered. You also find out she was a rape victim a few days before she was murdered. And you find out that ADA Maroon's sister, who, if you've been watching the show since it's come back, part of the mythology is that ADA Maroon's sister was also brutally murdered. And so, come to find out, this dude may have done it. May have. And it brings up a lot of ethical things. And because it's Law and Order, the nigga gets off. But, but guess what happens? Guess how the episode ends?
someone gets revenge.
Yep. And so Nolan goes and knocks on her door and is just like, Sam, please tell me you didn't have anything to do with this. And she just looks at him like, are you fucking serious? And she just slams the door in his face.
Okay. So, nice and ambiguous.
So, look, well, I'm glad I got a break from OG Law and Order.
Hmm.
However, fucking organized crime is continuing, and Stabler, man, Stabler is very close in this new episode of sliding back into his old ways because the chief of commission, a highly dangerous suspect, is loose because they're trying to catch somebody, and the commissioner tells Stabler and another fucking very dirty cop, like, yo, listen, whatever you gotta do, we'll back you. And so the other cop who is pulling some cartel tactics to the point where I'm just like, bro, this is the United States. You can't be just fucking doing this shit. And
Right.
everybody on Stabler's team is looking at him like, are you seriously okay with this shit? And he's just like, I'm gonna be real. I didn't even know this shit was happening. And so Stabler gets his man at the end and he brings him in. He doesn't kill him. He brings him in. And the commissioner pulls him aside. He's like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm surprised I'm like, I'm glad the case is resolved, but I'm also surprised you brought him in alive. And he's just like, look, you were right in calling your bluff that I'm a man of violence, and that is true. But I don't like what happens afterwards anymore. I was
Mhm.
just like, God damn. Fucking God damn.
Growth.
It's that
Yeah.
guilt too. That's that PTSD and guilt.
I mean, isn't that just growth?
Yeah, but not at the sake of having personal demons and trauma, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, um, so, has this been renewed? Do we know?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're like 4 or 5 episodes deep into this season, so we'll see.
Mhm.
It's only like 10 episodes, and if Olivia Thirlby's supposed to be in this season as a regular, she still has yet to appear. So who knows? Maybe tomorrow she will pop up finally.
Okay.
So because it airs Thursdays.
Mm.
So Peacock Thursdays, where you get Pokerface and organized crime. You can guess which one I watch first and which one I watch the second.
Because you need the palate cleanser, right? You need the fucking end on a happy note.
Yo, you know what? Sometimes, because between the next show I'm going to talk about and this and Poker Face, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe we need feel good, just fun TV again, bro. Like, I don't need everything to be dark and heavy because I'm gonna
Hmm.
end on dark and heavy for TV. But let's get into the next thing, which is on HBO Max. My nigga JJ's back with Duster.
Oh, I wanted to start that. How is it?
Oh my god. Oh my god. It reminds you why JJ Abrams ran
Hmm.
TV for damn near 20 years. It's so
Okay.
much fun. It's so much fun. I'm so glad to see Josh Holloway back. Like, I've missed this guy.
Right.
Uh
Right.
Perfect chemistry with everybody in the cast. Like, it takes place in 1970 and it doesn't skirt around the racism, right?
Right.
Because look, it follows Josh Holloway's character, and he's a criminal working for like this crime kingpin played by Keith David. He's like
Hmm.
a son to Keith David's character. However, you also have this young black woman just fresh out of the FBI academy. They straight up tell her like, look, you're black and you're a woman. We straight up don't know what the fuck to do with you. And they're like, we'll be real with you. You should be glad Hoover died. Because if Hoover didn't die, we probably have to put you in a basement somewhere.
Keep it fucking real. All right, JJ, keep it real.
Well, it's co-written by Latoya Morgan, who's also
Okay.
a fantastic TV writer in her own right. So JJ and Latoya created the show, and it definitely, you can see what he wrote and you can see what she wrote, and it makes a perfect fusion. Like, it's seamless. But
Okay.
you get it. Like,
Yeah.
JJ, you know JJ didn't have that in him.
Right.
And the
Right.
way
Right.
she has to handle working at the FBI, and because she specifically asks for the case to take down Keith David's character. And she specifically wants Josh Holloway's character as a snitch. And you find out why at the end of the episode, and you're just like, oh, baby, this changes the game. This changes the game completely.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I was gonna start it, but the week got away from me. But I'm glad to hear that episode 1 is a banger.
Oh yeah, and it's an 8 episode season.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so
Which is
I'm
which
very
is perfect. Which is perfect for JJ,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And there's no mystery box shit, thank God. Like I'm
Yeah.
glad they got that reveal out the way. Like this is gonna be a straight, like, easy to watch crime
Mhm.
crime show. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's not too heavy, but not too light. It's the perfect just, oh, let me be entertained and let me watch Josh Holloway be charming. You know what I'm saying? Just winking at motherfuckers like, you know what I'm saying? Still got them long locks. He's been sporting them locks for like 30 years now.
But he's TV McConaughey, you know.
Yeah, the only time I've seen him in short hair was in Mission Impossible 4.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in that for 30 seconds.
I was so disappointed seeing that movie the first time because I remember going to the real IMAX and seeing that motherfucker. And I remember him being all in the trailers, only for him right at the beginning. I was like, you watch him do all this crazy shit, all this fucking cool shit, only to then immediately get popped in the head by Leia Sado. I was just like, God damn, man. And then you find out, oh, the entire time he was with Paula Patton. I'm like, damn, Josh Holloway, a lucky motherfucker. You got the pipe Paula Patton. That's the one where she got fucking changed in the car. Even Tom Cruise was looking at her like, oh, I'm driving this car. I can't be. Watch that movie again. Watch where his eyes go the entire time. I'm like, yeah, look, Tom, I get it. I get it,
All
Tom.
right. It was an excuse to watch that. All right.
I'm mad. Since Final Reckoning was doing all that tie-in shit, I'm mad they didn't bring back her or Maggie Q.
Or anybody else?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like Jonathan Rhys Meyers, because he was a star for a minute.
Chris Pine, right? Oh, not Chris
Wait.
Pine. Chris. What? The nigga who got hit by fucking Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner.
Oh, well, he was supposed to come back in Fallout, and they were going to kill him off in the first 10 minutes because he was so busy. And he was straight up just like, yo, I'm not coming back for you guys to kill me off 10 minutes into this movie. He's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I get it. But like they do all these callbacks. It's just,
it would have been cool to see all the members of the team come back,
right.
like Paula Patton, Maggie Q, Jonathan Rhys Meyers, and even Billy Bard from the second one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's if you're gonna close it out and do all these callbacks, these people are available.
Oh yeah. Love Haley Atwell, but you could have got her the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we spent so much time setting up her character in part 1, and then in part 2, she's just kind of there. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Right.
Let's move on. I want to end on Netflix. I finally finished it because it took me a while because the first 2 episodes were so dour and bleak. I was just like, I don't want to wallow in this shit. Black Mirror season 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes, like the first episode was good, but God, Jesus Christ, that's the one with Chris O'Dowd and Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then the second episode was with the black chick and the white chick and how they were going head to head. And even that, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then it took me a minute. And then I got to the two best episodes of the season where I'm just like, y'all should have started off with these 2 episodes. The one with Issa Rae, Hotel Reverie, that co-starred Emma Corrin and Aquafina. And I was just like, damn, Emma Corrin is sexy in this motherfucker. No wonder Rami Malek was like, yo, they are mine.
This is Hotel Reverie is this season's San Junipero.
Yep.
Right?
And I think it's one of the best episodes of the show. Same with the next episode I'm going to talk about, which is Eulogy, which is Paul Giamatti's episode. I think those two episodes are literally the best episodes of this show ever. Like, I was just like,
I'd have to, I'd have to go through and watch all of them concurrently to rank them, but they are definitely in the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they had the sequel, the semi-sequel to Bandersnatch, which doesn't exist anymore because they took that. Netflix erased it from.
They took down Bandersnatch?
They erased that from existence. It is no more.
Really?
Yeah. Same thing. You know the Kimmy Schmidt interactive episode?
I didn't know there was a Kimmy Schmidt interactive episode.
Yeah, there was an interactive episode of Kimmy Schmidt that served as a sequel to the show. That's erased permanently too.
Why? Like, the Bandersnatch was fun as fuck, right? I watched that like 5 times.
So when you go to watch this again, you're gonna have no context for Will Poulter's character or the Indian dude. You're gonna be like, why are these characters in it? And you're gonna have no frame of reference because Bandersnatch ceases to exist now.
Why did they give you is there a like, I gotta investigate this because like, of all the interactive bullshit that Netflix tried to do, this is the one that succeeded.
Yeah, nigga,
creatively.
Look, what do you want me to say, bro? This is why I don't fuck with Netflix, baby. Like,
and I didn't even know there was an interactive version of Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun, and that's coming from someone who hopped off of Kimmy Smith after season 2.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Because that's where everybody.
That's Netflix, baby. You get like 1 or 2 seasons in, you're just like, I'm good.
Yeah, like season 3 was just like, all right, let's just get out of here. Let's finish it up.
Didn't that run for like 4 seasons?
I thought it was only 3 seasons.
No, I think that ran for 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, why are you guys paying so much for Netflix if they're pulling Warner Brothers and just deleting their own shit?
Right? That's the fucking point of Netflix. I should be able to watch your shit, right? I should be able to watch Netflix shit until the bombs drop. Right? Forever.
Especially paying $26.55 a month. Nothing should be deleted. Like, at least I will say this. I pay $30 a month for HBO Max, but that also comes with Disney Plus and Hulu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only paying $15 a month for Netflix, but still, yeah. If you're paying those higher tiers for Netflix, you need to get everything.
Yeah, and you're trying to tell me you're deleting your own shit already.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. USS Callister, the sequel. I'll just call it I can't remember the full title, so I'll just call it USS Callister 2.
It was fine.
I liked it better than the first one, quite frankly.
This one was funner.
I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was definitely funner. The first USS McAllister episode was that was bleak.
Well,
yeah,
that's Black Mirror. That's why I when I say I don't have Netflix and I'm like, I'm not gonna miss Black Mirror. It's just because like Black Mirror, you got it's a watch, man. Yeah.
And the episodes are great and they're timely and they're like right right up against what's actually going on. But you do need to take a break from that shit because
yes.
Yeah.
And if I knew the season was going to be much lighter, I would have finished this much sooner. Because I started the season back last month when I first activated Netflix. Because I was like, let me catch up on Black Mirror because I know I missed a lot of it. But I didn't realize I'm all caught up because it's been so long since the last season. I was like, oh, I saw the last season. I was like, oh, fuck. So it's only this season, which had just dropped like a few weeks earlier than when I activated it. So I'm all like, so I will see you 3 years later for season 8 of Black Mirror.
I gotta watch Love, Death, and Robots. I missed it. I didn't watch the second season, and they just dropped the 3rd season. So
yeah, I'll be real with you. The first season, I was just like, this is not for me.
I remember liking maybe 2 episodes. I think it was the cat episode that I liked, but
Yeah,
it's
the
been so
first
long.
season. Yeah, the first season, I was like, I'm good. I did not realize it's 3 years between seasons for Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror? Yeah.
Yeah, so like, yo, listen, maybe I will activate Netflix when Black Mirror comes back. And now there's a rumor. Like, remember I told you they were going to split Stranger Things into 2 parts?
Hmm.
Now there's a rumor that they might split it into 3.
Yeah, because they are not trying to let go of Stranger Things unless they absolutely have to. So I can get them stretching it out as fucking long as possible.
Yeah, because they want.
They want
And you
that
know
money.
what? You know what? I'll skip the first part because I think I can avoid spoilers for the first part. But now I
Hmm.
know, like, fuck, now I gotta activate. I only planned on activating Netflix one more time. Now I
Right.
gotta activate it 2 more times because I know I can only escape spoilers for so long.
Yeah, I mean, you literally have to not be on the internet, and
Yeah,
that's impossible.
yeah. So
Yeah.
let's move into movies, and I want to start with Woman of the Hour, a Netflix original that was acquired at Sundance last year. Uh, Directed by Anna Kendrick, she stars in it. It's her directorial debut, based on a true
Hmm.
story. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Uh, Moving on. Finally saw Timu's new movie, The Shadow Strays,
Yeah, you finished it?
and
All right.
yeah, it's hard as fuck. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, if you don't like violence, baby, he's like, sit this one out.
Mhm.
But it's basically like it's the raid. It's like the violence is on the raid level. It's not night comes for us.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this. I think the last episode. I didn't finish watching it not because I didn't want to or wasn't interesting. It's just when I started watching it, I was so tired. It's like, you know what? Let me just come back to this.
I mean, Jeff, it took me 4 times because every time I started it, I would just fall asleep. Because
Right? Because like,
once it hits 8:30, 9 o'clock, like I'm so washed now. I'm just like, ah.
right? No, I get it. I get it.
So, but I finally finished it, and like my only complaint with this is that it like everything else these days.
Set up for a sequel.
Yeah, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, can I just get an ending? Like, I
You can
beg of
still give
y'all,
me you can still give me a fucking sequel just in the first movie,
right?
like
Right?
they did in the old days. You know, Terminator wasn't set up for a sequel, but they made a sequel, right?
Same thing with Terminator 2. Terminator 2, honestly, a definitive ending. That's
Yeah,
why Cameron even said, he's like, yeah, I didn't do a Terminator sequel because like Terminator 2 was such a definitive ending. It was just hard for me to think of something.
right, right. But you can do it and also finish the first movie, right? The
Like
original.
the most recent sequel that actually had an ending where I'm just like, oh, this doesn't set up for a third one. Like, this has a beginning, middle, and end was The Accountant too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if they plan on making a third one, but I mean the
If it never,
movies, if it never happened, I'd be like, well, at least it has an ending.
right, like we know, like the brothers ride off into the sunset and they live there. Like we know, like we can imagine their future adventures together. But
I gotta
yeah,
say, looking at the box office from week to week, I'm so glad that is hanging around.
I'm so good. Yeah, I mean, I am mad that more people aren't talking about it.
Right.
Honestly,
I mean, it's going to end its run with 70, and it's almost going to hit it. Like, this weekend, it's going to hit 100 million worldwide. So I'm like, okay, they made money.
right.
Just like, but Amazon's not concerned with that. They're just like, oh, this is extra money in our pocket because otherwise this would have just went on Prime. But like,
Hmm.
you can't. Look, 100 million. That's extra money to them. That's why I'm just like, oh yeah, they'll probably do it. They got Accountant 3 because the
Yeah,
Accountant 2 it cost 80, and if this was from a studio, oh yeah, they'd be fucked. But
right,
like
right, right. But like Amazon,
Amazon,
look. Amazon makes monies off of the server space,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like they're fine.
Moving on, let's get into Beverly Hills Cop AXEL F. I watched that. It's fine. fine.
It's better than I thought it was going to be.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. It is. I will say this. Out of all the sequels, it's the best
Mhm.
sequel. I will say that.
Yeah.
This is the best sequel. Like, it's better than 2, definitely. And it's definitely better than 3, because, like, I don't know anybody who likes the third one, unless you're fucking stupid.
I rewatched the third one right before Axel F, and everything about it. It's even shot like it looks like it's shot on video.
It's John Landis, man. John Landis. That's when he started to fall off.
Yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, I've got a soft spot in my heart for 2 just because it was fucking Tony Scott.
Yeah.
And that is that is a fucking Tony Scott. Like that's Tony Scott.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't like it, because
There's 2 Tony Scott.
Beverly Hills Cop. Well, going back to Beverly Hills Cop 3, it's wild that movie's that shitty as an action movie, considering that he made a comedy that is basically an action movie. Like, the Blues Brothers still has some of the best action sequences ever put on film, ever.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, bro, how do you not have this down?
What was one of the big set pieces for 3?
Like the
Fucking
Ferris wheel
the Ferris
rescue.
wheel shit. That's the only thing anyone ever remembers, and it's just like
Well,
barely remember it.
One dude swears up and down it's the best one because it has the funny gun, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't
What
even
the fuck's a
remember that.
funny gun?
I don't know. I guess Axel had a funny gun at one point.
See? Yeah. I don't. Is all right. It's yeah. 3 is horrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Moving on, I finally watched Jeremy Saulnier after being so blown away by Rebel Ridge, because I love Jeremy Saulnier. Blue Ruin, fucking
Mhm.
banger. Green Room, banger. What was the Rebel Ridge, banger? Finally
Mhm.
watched Hold the Dark, and I see why everybody's just like, yeah, this one sucks, because it does. It sucks.
I've never seen Hold the Dark.
Hold the Dark is another. It's his first Netflix joint. It stars.
Okay.
It is Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright stars in it. He is a
Oh.
novelist who's also a wolf expert, and he's hired by Riley Coe's character
Oh.
to find her son. And this
I
movie
did
sucks.
see this.
Yeah, this
It
movie
is utterly
sucks.
forgettable. Yeah.
Also, it is not only does it suck, the themes of the movie is just so fucking ham-fisted that, like, violence and man are intertwined. Animal, man, and violence are so intertwined. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I got that. Like, Jesus Christ. But, like, it's so underwhelming. Like, especially like the last 10 minutes, the way this movie ends, I'm like, this fucking sucks, bro. Like, if this is how you're gonna end, like, it's so unsatisfying. And for a movie this bleak and this dark, because this movie, don't watch the movie, and I just want to let you know, this movie's disturbing. Like, there's a lot of disturbing stuff in it, and I'm like, I sat through all this bleak, disturbing shit for this nothing of an ending. Are y'all fucking serious?
Yeah, I think I talked about this in our one of our first couple of episodes back 4 years ago. Um, yeah, I totally forgot about that fucking movie.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
I can't remember anything about it except for knowing that I hated it.
It's based on a book, and what makes
Mhm.
it more disappointing is that Macon Blair, he's been in every single Jeremy Saulnier movie. Like, he is the main character in Blue Ruin.
Right.
And
Mhm.
he's in this as well. He's not in Rebel Ridge. But what's disappointing is this is based off a book, and he did the screenplay, and I'm just like, why is this so terrible, bro? Like, this, I've never
No.
seen something so unrelentingly bleak other than Joker. Like, this is
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Let me move on. Watched last night The Paper Tigers. I love this movie. It's an action comedy about three guys who grew up together. They learned martial arts as a kid, and their sensei died.
Yeah,
And
I never finished it, but I remember liking it.
Oh, finish it, dude. It's amazing. Like, the fight scenes are great. The comedy is great. Like, it's a great little action comedy. Like, it
Mhm.
came out during the pandemic, and it's fantastic. Moving on, another Netflix original, Liam Neeson's The Ice Road, co-starring Lawrence Fishburne, who's in it for all of 20 minutes before he is unceremoniously killed. Co-starring Amber Midthunder, who's just a punching bag for racial shit from the obvious villain. Like, when that dude turned bad, I was like, well, yeah. No, I'm not surprised. How can you
And
be surprised?
isn't this a remake too, or no?
I fucking no idea. I Googled it last night,
Hmm.
and I found out the sequel's done. I was like, there's gonna be a sequel to this? Netflix gave this shit a sequel? Like,
Sure.
this movie sucks hard. Like, it's terrible. I'll be real, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
A word? It's that
Yeah, oh
bad?
yeah. I mean, not only is it dumb and ham-fisted, it has Netflix CGI.
And this is like old Netflix CGI, right? Before we realized they didn't care.
No. This came out in 2021.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, this is bad, baby. This is bad all the way. Yeah, I watch it at your peril. I will say that. And all right, well, with that,
We'll skip it.
let's get into trailer talk.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, aka He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies. You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFire AXEL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.